Hey guys, Hugh Shang here. Welcome to another Hugh Shang tutorials video. In this guide, we're going to be looking at a Protoss versus Terran game. And basically, I have a new idea here. I haven't seen anybody else do something like this, except for the Diamond players. So I've been playing a lot of Terran recently, and what I realized is all these Diamond players are just making charge first, which is kind of bananas because if you don't have blink, it's kind of hard to deal with drops and stuff. But maybe, just maybe, you Diamond players are onto something. So this game, what I tried to do was a charge first build, which I completely discarded as a terrible build, but it's actually, maybe it has some merits. So let's take a look at this game. So I'm gonna open up with a gate first build. Let me take off the cam. So the gate first build, and I did do a 17 scout, which I think is actually totally fine with this gate first opening. I don't actually see any reason to go for a gate scout anymore, because you're already getting a very fast cyber. So the reason you normally scout with a gate is so that you can see if it's some sort of proxy, and then you can react with a faster cyber. But since I'm already getting the cyber, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like it makes sense anymore, so I've been doing a 17 scout instead. Here I'm trying to delay this as much as possible, because if I can delay this, and since I'm going cyber first, I can get a fast adept, I can put on quite a bit of pressure. But this guy actually went for a marine first, and so I'm gonna make some changes to my build. Like, I was planning on chronoing out a second gateway unit, but since he went for marine, I don't really care too much anymore. It's not like he can see what I'm doing, so I went adept first, and then I'm gonna delay this second unit quite a bit because of that. Chrono my cyber, I mean, he can't see this either, so he's super blind right now. Fast robo. Let's follow this adept. Now, I probably should have shaded this build, or this adept twice here, but for some reason I did not. Although maybe it ends up being better in the end, because I don't get caught. So behind this, we're going to grab a Stalker, just so he can't send an SCV in later. And then 2 gateways. So we're going to do like a 3-gate pressure build. Now, he does get 3 Marines out against my adept first build, which is actually kind of nice. So maybe there's some merit to his build as well. But we do get the SCV. I try to get this Marine before I sneak out. And then it's almost like he's going to catch me here, so I decided to go for the Marine. And then hopefully he didn't have enough DPS to take me down. And yeah, we just barely got out. We have like, what, 1 HP? 5 HP. Not too bad. Back at home, we're setting up for this 3-gate robo pressure build. It's kind of like the parting build. Actually, I think this is a parting build also, like an older one. But it hits quite a bit earlier and it doesn't have blink. So just a unique strat. Kind of throw them off their game. I'm not sure if this is the perfect build order or anything, so maybe don't copy it. Probably you can go War Prism first, then Pylon, is what I was thinking in the game. Anyways, he's trying to set up a trap for me. So this is going to turn into a trap for him in a second, because I can see through this barrier here. And then in a second, you're going to see the idea with charge first. So we get to put on quite a bit of pressure here. And this is going to force tanks, because if he doesn't get tanks, then these Stalkers are going to kill him. So by forcing these tanks, I'm making my Zealots in the future do a lot better, which was my plan. Okay, so I come in here. He does have the tank already, which is pretty overly safe by him. So I sneak up here, throw my adept on this side. He gets distracted, and this allows me to take out his first tank, which is honestly really huge. And then here we are with our Warpin. I think I can get more Stalkers than this. I might have missed the Warpin or something. But it's quite a bit faster than Parting's build, which is at like 5 minutes. So he gets to take out that bunker pretty quickly. Some SCVs. Honestly, as soon as he lost that bunker, he's pretty dead. Just some nice micro. Trying to pick up the ones that lose their shields at the end. and then kiting when they're fine. But behind this is what I really want to show you guys. So I get the third base, I double gas, and I make a Twilight, and then I'm gonna halt probes on 44, which is like, it looks like a macro build, but it's totally not. it's super hyper aggressive. So Twilight, no probes past 44, and then we're gonna go all the way up to 8 gates like a normal build, just way quicker. And then I have this Warp Prism, so what I decided to do is just do some drops just to be annoying in the meantime. And then back at home, adding those 5 gates, we're gonna get charge up, we're gonna get a Temple Archives, Chrono the Charge, we're gonna get that finished basically as soon as we can. And then we're gonna go for a super fast push with Archons. So normally you can't use Archons in this matchup very well because they have EMP, but if we hit this early, they actually, honestly, they don't really have an answer to Archons. So that's kind of a cool part of this build as well, is our army is just like disgustingly strong. So maybe I'll find a Terran that has a good counter to this, but it seems pretty good actually. So he actually has a good defense here with the tanks. I can't really do any harass. But he made a Liberator. He made, what, 3 tanks now? I killed 1. 4 tanks. So this guy's basically going, you know, super hard on tanks, which is exactly what we want. So we basically forced this guy to make the worst army possible against what we're doing. And then he does scan me here. Maybe I should be hiding these Archons. He scans in a second, I believe. Yeah, and so maybe I should hide this because this is actually a pretty big tell that I'm YOLOing, going all in. Otherwise, I couldn't really afford this if I had like double forge. So this is super suspicious. Definitely should hide that. A little bit more harass over here. But yeah, like his stim hasn't kicked in. He doesn't have combat shields, so he's super susceptible to a big attack here. And he also doesn't have any barrier at the front. So we're gonna be able to hit a pretty strong timing here. Bring the Warp Prism over, do one last warp in before we go. And he almost gets caught here. If I had a force field, that would have been super huge, like 12 Marines just getting wrecked. But instead we set up for this timing. We don't have Blink, but honestly, is Blink that good in these situations? I don't know. I don't think so. So hit this huge timing. And yeah, he just gets completely wrecked because he has mass tank. And I don't think we even needed to hit this timing, to be honest. Like, the original plan was to push his third when he took it. But this guy was so far behind from the beginning. Like, I got his tank, got a bunch of SCVs, so I just decided to push into the natural. But realistically, you definitely don't need to do this. You could probe up this base, get more Archons, and then hit the third instead. Could be pretty good. But yeah, just a unique way for you guys to play the PvT matchup if you're sick of the old, you know, macro up with double forward, 4th base type thing. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.